absolutely love this category. Here are the best throwbacks. Taking the classics and reinventing them. Sounds easy, but to pull it off with true style.
The road in the NBA can be a very unfriendly place. We are near,
well, guys,
a proud franchise. Thank you, David. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Favors.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Here are the starters for Las Vegas. We've got Hayes. Jackson is out there with Brown. Then it's Cody Zeller. And it's Mitchell in at the small forward position. And for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there with Griffin. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Favors. And it's Porzingis in at the center. Far toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall. Others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective. Now, here's Mitchell, following the miss by Griffin. Now Hayes. He had a 12-point outing in their last game again.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Now Brown, following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. 4 on the clock. Here's Brown. Derek Favors with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Covington against Brown. From 13, it's deflected. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Back to Jackson. There's the lob to Brown. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Gay outside. A fader. It's good.
Yeah, he's become very reliable with that mid-range jump shot. The defense can't let him get comfortable from there.
Brown the pass to Hayes. 1:32 left to play here in the first. On the wing, Mitchell. Defended by Griffin. Covington against Mitchell. And Covington sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. San Antonio leading.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that. And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Outside for Jackson. Las Vegas again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
You got to stay physical and stay aggressive if you're Rudy Gay. Force the defense to make some mistakes.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Now here's Jackson. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Now here's Covington after Jaylen Brown's miss. Covington into the lane. Good on the shot.
And Covington really gets to the hoop in no time thanks to tremendous speed. I mean, he's not easy to keep up with. He's really fast.
Here's Mitchell. He had a 36-point outing in the last game again. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's San Antonio, bringing the quarter to a... Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And we return to the second quarter, and no Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court right now for Las Vegas, Jaren Jackson is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Zeller. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hayes in at the four-man position. Las Vegas shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Free throw drops for Mitchell. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin. And at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here. The free throw drops for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Now here's Griffin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And they're able to recover. Las Vegas trails by 4. Jackson passes to Mitchell. Brown outside. Puts it up from 12. That one no good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. And this matchup with Las Vegas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, two teams that were very similar in the standing.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Now here's Zeller after Jaylen Brown's miss. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And, you know, really, guys, Brown is very talented at knocking down shots, even when getting hit.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Well, some rookies have been making a name for themselves on the glass this past month. Let's see who we're talking about. Well, you look at Hayes, third in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, he just creates so many second chance opportunities for his team when he's on the floor. I mean, last month was a huge one for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
Zeller, a stupendous finish in traffic.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Gay passes to Griffin. Favors in the post, covered by Hayes, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Now, here's Mitchell. 5 points in the game, and it's good, 2 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter. Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
That's the way to go. Be quick about it.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For San Antonio, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, you know, when I covered Gay when he was in college at UConn, he was an outstanding player in the Big East. And it was pretty clear he had a bright future in the NBA in front of him, too.
Now here's Gay. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 2 on the clock. A 3 from Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Pulls it up.
Tell you what, say what you will about Gay and his defense.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They have a 2-point lead. Kenny. And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for San Antonio, Porzingis is out there with Favors. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Griffin, and it's Covington in at the 3. Gay outside. Pass to Griffin. It's rebounded by Las Vegas.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And it's Mitchell missing. Spurs shooting just 31% in the game. To the right side. Griffin against Mitchell. Over Mitchell. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level. That's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
Now here's Brown. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket. No matter what D he's faced with, he averages about 31.5 points a game. Now here's Covington after Jaylen Brown's miss. Spurs passing it around. Griffin kicks to Gay. The Spurs rebound. Favors can't get it to go.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Now the pass to Jackson. Brown against Gay. Brown the pass to Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Derek Favors.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
Now, here's Covington, following the miss by Jaren Jackson. Over Mitchell, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For Las Vegas, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Zeller finds Mitchell. Las Vegas again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Griffin. Outside Covington. Back to Griffin. Over Mitchell. And the shot is long.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Good D by Covington.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now Brown after Robert Covington missed from long range. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Mitchell.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
With the floater. No good from Gay. Mitchell in the corner. There's the 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, Brown not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Las Vegas ahead. They lead by a bucket. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court right now for Las Vegas. He's out there with Cody Zeller. Then it's Jaren Jackson. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Mitchell in at the 3 spot. Here's Jackson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Griffin. Over to the left wing. A wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good from long range. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Boy, the defense has to chase Porzingis off that line now, guys. I mean, he's a legitimate shooter from there.
With some arc. And it's Mitchell missing. And so Griffin will bring it up for San Antonio. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Just 5 to shoot. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Covington's shot is off.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Gay. Some solid defense from Brown. Well, Las Vegas shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Mitchell outside. Releases. Again, Las Vegas scores.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Gay scanning before. Here's Griffin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Griffin's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
And it's Brown missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
A nice shot by Griffin.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
Mitchell against Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
To the left wing. Favors, dishes to Gay. Outside Griffin. A three-pointer off the mark. Las Vegas, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Mitchell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
This has been a one-man show all the way. He's taken it upon himself to carry the entire weight of their offense. And with all the scoring he's done, I don't know how he's had enough energy to even get back on D.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Las Vegas calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Tries again. It drops.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Back to Griffin. At the top of the key, Favors. Pass to Covington. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. 5 on the clock. Over Hayes. It falls!
And look at how quick he was to fight on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Las Vegas calls timeout. They trail by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.